Before we get into this week's recap, I want to give you an official trigger warning based off the content of this episode. You know yourself. If you're not in the right headspace, no form of entertainment is worth potentially making that worse. Take care of yourself.
When I met Mary, I was in a point in my life where I was like done with everything. I didn't feel like I was good enough for anyone, not even myself, and I tried to take my own life.
Wow. Brandan reveals that Mary gave him a reason to live after contemplating taking his own life. This is 90 Day Replay Travel Size, where I pack in all you need to know while keeping it light. Hey 90 Day Fans fam, it's Melicia. I read a few of your comments from last week's episode and you made some good points, which we'll get into.
What do you want me to do, please?
Starting from the top, this episode picks up after Mary starts having a panic attack when Brandan confronts her about her extreme jealousy, after she constantly told him to stop looking at girls at church, and that he could only look at the priest and her.
That girl is one giant red flag.
I didn't say it, Stewie did. But she doesn't have to be a red flag. She just has to be willing to do the work. Someone in the comments said, Mary telling him all this in church is the funniest part. What happened to love thy neighbor? What happened to do unto others as you would have them do unto you? What if the tables were turned and Brandan told her she can't look at men at church? She wouldn't even be able to look at the priest.
Do you have an inhaler? She has asthma. Abby, stop. Stop.
It's looking like he's experienced this before, which makes me think of Beverly's comment. She says, Mary's behavior is, quote, a thing of control. She is using panic attacks as a form of control. I'm not gonna lie, the same thought popped up in my mind. Is having a panic attack a way for her not to confront the real issue? I came to the conclusion that, in my opinion, we don't have enough information to say that is the case right now. But one thing is clear. Either way, whether she is really having a panic attack or just being manipulative, she should consider talking to somebody, a therapist. And if she doesn't want to do that, because some people aren't into it, find other ways to prioritize her healing. Because if she doesn't, this is looking like it can get real dangerous.
Stop. Can we just... Okay.
Open your mouth, girl. Try to breathe. There you go.
Inhale. Yeah, relax now.
As Mary calms down, Brandan walks off to talk to the camera. Now, for all of us who are wondering why Brandan is still with Mary, although things are clearly toxic, he reveals the answer, and unfortunately, it makes sense.
When I met Mary, I was in a point in my life where I was like done with everything. I had an ex who cheated on me. I had a mom who was using. I didn't feel like I was good enough for anyone, not even myself, and I tried to take my own life.
They both have such deep pain. It's palpable. It's like two broken people came together and now they're relying on one another to hold into place their broken pieces. That's going to get so tiring. It's tiring now.
Mary reached out for the first time. Let's just say it was like the literal definition of a life changer. I clung on so hard. I love this woman. I do. Which is why it hurts so much when I feel like I don't have this trust, because brings me back to this state of mind like I'm not good enough. And I'm trying really hard to just hold on. That's why it's so hard.
This is the epitome of hurt people. And this is why it's not smart to take how other people treat you personally. Because most of the time how they treat you is more about them than it is about you. All of us can see Brandan is good enough. Mary knows Brandan is good enough. Her actions are not because he's not good enough, it's because she's insecure. But because Brandan seems to already have a deep-seated belief that he's not enough, he's triggered. I'm telling you, from my experience, relationships are like mirrors. They can show you what you think and believe about yourself.
Are you okay? I'm sorry.
I'm not sure why he's saying sorry.
Mary, look at me. I love you. Okay? I trust you and I really love you. You know that, right? Is there anything you want to say right now? I want her to say that she does genuinely trust me so that we can be together, married forever. Right now, that is the most important thing to me. I really need that.
Mary doesn't tell him that, but she goes on to also apologize.
I know that's all right.
Sorry.
Don't be sorry.
Now, Brandan, don't condone the behavior. Fast forward to the next day. Brandan and Mary both seem to be in a better mood. Brandan has on his short-sleeved t-shirt, and Mary takes him to her high school where she has some good memories. That's when she says something that brings tears to Brandan's eyes. This time, happy tears.
I hope that you understand it's hard for me to trust you like now, today. Just give me time because I have this feeling of no matter how I try, everyone will leave me no matter what I do.
I completely understand, Pappy. I've had people leave me too. And I know you can't like automatically just flip a switch and just be like, okay, yes, I trust him right away.
Yeah, but I will try harder to trust you. Just know that I love you. You're so perfect and the man that I want. And I really want my future with you. You okay?
Yeah,
Why you get teary-eyed?
it meant a lot to me.
Oh, he really needed to know it's not him.
You mean a lot to me. I love you so much.
I love you just as much, Pappy. Thank you.
Don't cry.
That means a lot to me. Thank you for reassuring me.
Don't cry.
I'm trying not to.
Although this moment appears to be sweet, Brandan puts too much of his power in Mary's hand, and Mary puts too much of her power in Brandan's hand. Period. And next week, they face a new set of issues.
I don't think we're gonna have enough to pay for the bills next month. Is there any chance that we could ask for some help?
I just don't want to ask help.
We're in a hole right now.
Mary and Brandan might be taking on a relationship and responsibilities that they are not mature enough to handle yet. I can't wait to see these two at the tell-all. I need a real-time update. All right, 90 Day Fans fam, make sure you stick with ET because we are covering it all. I will see you next time.